You wanna hear about our love story?
Oh,
Which is-
everybody likes that.
On my side, I'm from Colombia, but like for some reason, I never get to connect with the flavor.
So tell us, the name Flo came from.
Sometimes you are facing a lot of experience. For example, you wake up, you don't know how your day is gonna look like, but you gotta let yourself flow.
I don't think I've tasted anything in the realm of this. To me, this coffee is amazing. This would be a definite drink, enjoy, relax. But the love of the coffee, the love of each other, and each doing their strengths to make this thing a thriving, growing business. Hello, welcome to another show of DeKalb Talks Tourism. Today it's one of my favorite topics, coffee. If anyone knows me, I consume coffee. I wake up in the morning drinking coffee. I drink coffee through the day. I go to bed and drink coffee to relax. I might go work until 4 in the morning and drink coffee and go straight to bed. So I should be a certified coffee person, but I'm not. I'm certified only because of how much I drink. So this is a great show today. We have two people in our studio, Daniel Borras and Taylor Lafitte. Welcome. So excited that you all are here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. This is a good brew.
So you have, so first off, let's dive into a little bit of your story for each of you all. Then we're going to get into your place. But tell us a little bit about your all's backstory before coming to us.
You wanna hear about our love story?
Oh,
Which is-
everybody likes that.
Because honestly, it's pretty similar as our coffee story.
Let's go with
that's
that.
kind of like everything gets connected. You wanna go for it?
No, you gave the intro. I think you should go with it.
No, I think that like the reason that I said this is just because we both been working in coffee for a while. And we both start somehow in Argentina, which is really funny because, I mean, on my side, I'm from Colombia. And living in Colombia, I never get to drink coffee or never get to experience coffee. I learned...
Now, I got to ask why.
I don't know. It's just like I moved from Colombia when I was like about 22. And by then, I don't know, I didn't never get connected with...
Okay, you just didn't like coffee.
No, I never like drink coffee. Like for real, like the only memory that I have about coffee was my grandpa, which this is like a funny thing, but like on his house, they used to serve the coffee with, like the plate underneath. And us as kids, like with all my cousins, he used to cool down the
Pour it in a saucer.
put it on the plate.
Yes,
And
I've
then-
never seen it except for my mom's dad did that so that's too wild.
So for me, I was like, what is he doing? Like, dude. And I learned that like actually the reason that they put the plate underneath, like back, I don't know, like 500 years ago or so, it was just for that, like cooling down the coffee. But like for some reason, I never get to connect with the flavor. It was just not my thing. I was into chocolate. Chocolate is really big into our culture. Same as Mexico, like we drink like hot chocolate. So when I moved to Argentina, I was like studying food. That was my dream. Like I was wanting to become a chef, and I get to connect with coffee. Like this was super random. And we both were working somehow on the coffee scene in Buenos Aires. But funny thing, we connect like later, like actually when I moved here to United States, that's when we connect. Like so we both live in Argentina for a while. We know each other for the coffee scene, but we never get to connect. It was just until I moved to United States and then living here, oh, that was another story that I have to talk.
That sounds like we got a bunch of podcasts.
We have
here.
yeah. So that's one of the things that I like about coffee is like you get to connect with people. Like a lot of people are focus on the actual product. Uh, but at the end, it's all about the people.
I don't know. My first memories are like with my gran, her drinking her coffee in the morning and me being like, oh, I want some coffee. And I'm sure it was probably like mostly milk with just like a
Like a
few
drop.
drops of coffee. But I remember just like already starting that ritual of just like needing like my coffee in the morning. And so I would like hold my cup and be like, oh, my coffee, and then ever since then, as soon as I wake up, I have to have, I have to
So
have
is
coffee.
there a quick story? Okay, you came to America. Did you come to Atlanta?
Yep.
So you came to Atlanta. And how'd you choose Atlanta quickly?
My family was living here.
Okay. So you came to Atlanta
Mhm.
from Argentina. So you were still in Argentina.
I was still in Argentina. We had started talking, and shortly after, because we have a mutual friend who's also from here, and he used to work for my coffee brand that I had in Argentina. And he reached out and said, hey, we're going to be taking a group of friends to Buenos Aires to visit. We should hang out. And I was like, yeah, let's hang out. So whenever they came, which Daniel was with this group of friends.
Oh, you came back on this trip.
to
Okay.
visit, and that's kind of like when we connected, and he made me a pour over, and I was like, I think I love this guy.
Love from coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, really. And so, yeah, we started like talking and dating long distance. And then I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So that's where I had family. And I think it was maybe like 3 months after you left.
About, yeah.
I moved back to Tulsa to just be close to family. So we did long distance. At that time, he had already started Flow. Like, when did you start Flow? Like, how long into?
It was pretty much by the same time. When I moved to Argentina, well, when I went to visit, I was like looking for like a name and like inspiration. So when I moved back after that trip, that's when I start connecting ideas and I don't know, working on the logo and all the stuff. But it was pretty much the same time that I started dating her.
That is amazing. I was expecting a coffee story, not a coffee love and romance,
Yeah.
all from coffee.
Yeah.
So you know that like the coffee cherry is actually like two seeds that are kind of like facing together. I like to think that way, that we're just like a cherry
we're
that
the
was
two
meant
seeds.
to be together.
We're the two seeds in the coffee cherry.
That is so cool.
Yeah. I don't do like a lot of the roasting side, although I did for a little bit when he went on a trip. But I just do like more of the, I don't know, marketing,
Design,
branding,
yeah, like the
website,
social media.
answering emails, and
Yeah, which I'm like
messages
so
and-
bad. I'm just like, this is my thing, like roasting, brewing, repeat.
Well, you need to, everybody's got their strengths,
Yeah.
but the love of the coffee, the love of each other, and each doing their strengths to make this thing a thriving, growing business.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, the name Flow came from.
It was like 2 hours north from Barcelona in Spain. That was a trip that I did before I went to Argentina for the second time. And I was just floating on the beach. I just have like this moment where I just told myself, hey, you just gotta like let you go, like let you flow somehow. Because the beach from that area, they call it como Mar Bravo, or like it's so intense the way that the wave impact the beach. So he was also like really I don't know, hard somehow to deep into the beach and started just like enjoying it, because it was just one wave that like hit you. So if you don't like get in there at the first moment, that wave will take you out of the beach. And I start floating, and I was like, oh, they feel so great. And I was just, for some reason, I started thinking like, sometimes you are facing a lot of experience. For example, you wake up, you don't know how your day is gonna look like, but you gotta let yourself flow, and just believe that all your resources or like your tools that you have been building, it will take you to places where you're gonna be okay.
So let's tell our listeners and viewers, where is Flow Coffee?
Where is Flow Coffee? This is the cheesy part where I say it on your heart. I'm just kidding.
There you go.
No, right now we are selling coffee locally to a couple places. Our first love is in Reynolds Sound, which is called Con Leche. It's a coffee shop that as soon as we started, the owner, he believed on us and he was like, hey, I need like 50 pounds. And we had like this tiny machine and we were like, oh my God, now it's time to work. So Con Leche is the first place that, I mean, has been with us for the very first moment. Then right now there's like a taqueria close by Con Leche that is called Comunidad. Our friend Paula, she's serving the coffee there. Her pop-up name is called Enit. So that's another place where Flow is. And the third one right now that I can point is in Bucket, and it's called The Postcard. It's like a newish like coffee shop. It's been like about a year, and we are there just like having a good experience.
So do you have your own coffee shop too?
We don't. We just roast the coffee for other coffee shops.
Okay.
That's what we mainly do.
Which the roastery is here in DeKalb.
Yes.
So what part of DeKalb is the roastery?
It's like a block away from the DeKalb Farm Market.
Okay. Yeah, over
Yep.
there on Ponce.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, eventually we would like to have our own brick and mortar, but as of right now, we've just mostly been focusing on wholesale and retail. Also, you can buy our coffee beans online on our website.
Yep.
So I mean that's great because I mean you obviously have overhead, but it's not like having the coffee shop. I mean, so once you get established with the coffee brand and having the coffee shop, it's probably a better way to go in reverse of what most people do.
Yeah, because what we are trying to do is like build, the community first. Because what I have seen is like a lot of companies, like coffee shop, they just boom invest crazy amount of money to do what they want to as a coffee shop, and then they open, and nobody knows them. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to do it that way. We respect the idea to have a coffee shop, because as you said, there's like people that you have to take care of. You gotta be there every day. So that requires like another energy.
Definitely. So what would you say sets your coffee apart from the coffee scene of DeKalb?
That's a great question. I think that like the way that I like to see it is somehow we are all together. We're pushing all together. It's not like, oh, we are the different guys. Just because I think that like, as I said, for me, coffee is a space where you can like build community, and like you can welcome people to, I don't know, make them feel good for a minute. But we like to focus on Colombian coffees only. So we don't have coffee from Ethiopia, or we don't have coffee from Peru or other countries. I think that that's kind of like maybe like the different approach that we have for other coffee roasters. It's just we are like just focus on Colombian coffees because I'm from Colombia. So what we like to do on those categories of coffees is like it just highlighting what are you drinking on your cup. Like same thing as you go get a bottle of wine and you see Cabernet, Merlot, Malbec. So in coffee there's hundreds of species and varieties. And for us it's really interesting how not just the taste, but like, I don't know, like everything just changed from variety to variety. And the last category of coffees is just either rare coffees or competition coffees, which is something that I actually could bring for us to brew today.
Well, let's see. So you're doing the pour over,
Yes.
which you said is your favorite way of drinking coffee or fixing coffee. So why don't you walk us through that, and then we can kind of chat as you're doing it, because it's a
Love it.
fairly long process.
It just takes like about 4 minutes no more than that, because I just brewed like grind the coffee. I like to start the experience for people to smell the coffee grounds. And
That's
as I said,
nice.
this is one of the. You want to smell it? This is kind of like a newish coffee for us. Uh, but for example, this coffee, the variety of this coffee is a geisha, which is kind of like exotic somehow. It's a variety that is well known for its flavor, um, or like the profile of flavor that is able to produce. And this type of like coffees, you won't taste the variety. It will be more on the process, if that makes sense.
So would you consider this? You got the neck coffee.
I got it
Perfect
ready.
thing.
It
Would you
came
consider
prepared.
this a low acidic or non or regular?
Ooh.
The only reason I'm asking you is kind of funny because most people I think like low acidity,
Yes.
but low acidity like has the opposite for me. It
The-
tastes like it's spoiled or something.
The reason that I hesitate, and sometimes we cannot like, I don't know how is
Like butt heads.
our butt heads, just because the way that sometimes I like, or mostly the times I like to go over the coffee just for you to have your own experience.
That makes sense.
And you just like make it happen.
Yeah.
Because if not, if I start resetting your mind, there could be like two different like paths.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm open-minded because I've had some low acidities that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
But as a general rule, like when I stay away from coffee shops now that I know are low acidity, because I used to go to this one coffee shop several times a week because my son went to school there in front of the place. Finally, the guy actually went and just bought me a nice organic brand that was not low acidity, and that was my coffee that I would get when I was there because he knew I loved his place, but I
Yeah.
just didn't like the low acidity coffee he had.
Yeah, acidity can come from like many places, like the way that like you roast the coffee, or the variety itself, or the harvest, the way that they do the harvest. But to me, I don't know. The thing is that I like every single coffee out there. I like coffee that are more on the acidity side, or coffee that are, I don't know, like the chocolates are
Oh.
that are like
nutty.
easy to.
I like the chocolate.
I think that this one could go in that direction. This is like a chocolatey, kind of like herbal situation going on. This is also chocolatey, but it's just gonna be like a different type of chocolate.
So tell us this process. You have your special pot with like the gooseneck that you have it staying warm, but then you have your pour over on. Is that a scale or
Yes,
is that?
a scale. So here, I'm following how much water I'm pouring on the time. So with that, I know like when I have to pour and how much water I need to. Just like I'm following a recipe right now. If that
So
makes
it's
sense.
interesting. Like I've got a fellow coffee maker in there, and it says for 9 cups, I use 16 tablespoons. 16
Like yeah,
cup was that
Of coffee.
tablespoons?
yeah.
Isn't that an enormous amount of coffee, or is that more of a correct balance?
So the thing is that I want to say like that measure is like based on volume, and volume is something that could like vary depending on what you actually have. For example, there's a variety that is called mocha, and the beans are so tiny, 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 tiny. So on that, maybe on that tablespoon, you could fit way more of those guys than if you have like
Right.
big ones.
Okay.
And with that, your weight, your mass is gonna change. So the reason that I like to use a scale is just because I focus on how much stuff it's in there.
So it's
No
better to use the scale than to use the measuring cups.
Yes, a scale always gonna tell you like something that is gonna be more accurate. Because after that, there's kind of like a proportion, or like we call it ratio, which is like the amount of coffee to water. And if you are able to track that, well, you're gonna have better like chances to have like good coffee or bad coffee. The thing is that coffee has so many variables
Right.
that it's pretty much the same as cooking, but like for some reason we haven't seen it the same way uh, at home. It's just because for us it's like just give me the coffee. Like you don't want to think as soon as you wake up. You just want your coffee. Like it's not my time to think. But like after you drink it, that you start thinking about other stuff, right?
Right.
But coffee is one of the things. Like if you really want a good cup of coffee, you really need to observe. You really need to look at it. You need to interact with what's happening. So as I said, right now we got a geisha. I got it here. Let's see what you think about this one because
I'm excited.
I think that like you could love it or you could hate it. I want some for you.
He doesn't need any coffee.
I got some.
He's
cups.
producing.
Here.
Oh, it smells so. Lack of a better word, I don't like to use the word interesting because that sometimes doesn't mean good.
You could do like the word interesting.
This is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's a weird coffee.
It smells like strawberries.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was.
I know what this coffee always reminds me of, but I don't know if I'm
Say
allowed,
it.
if
Say
I
it.
should
That-
say it or
it's
not.
time to say it.
To me, it tastes like fruity pebbles, like cereal.
But it's not sweet.
No, I mean like the smell and the taste. It just reminds me of like cereal.
So this is a coffee, and the reason that I said that you could love it or you could hate it is just because I think that goes like far from our idea of what coffee is.
Yeah, very much so.
Yes,
I don't think I've tasted anything in the realm of this. It's very totally
Yeah.
different.
And right now on the industry, there's a lot of like this type of process are happening. Some people like them because it's just like, whoa, this is what's happening here. And like maybe you can connect with the product itself. And then there's other people, more like traditional, that they are like, no. You are messing the coffee.
Yeah, they're kind
Um,
of against it.
Yeah.
So what
Um,
sets this apart different than regular
So
coffee?
they are adding two different like yeast on the fermentation. One, they feed it with cacao, and the other yeast they feed it with like citric stuff. So to me, this coffee like it's on front like you can taste chocolate and orange. That's the reason that at the same time I
Yeah.
didn't want to like mention it. But the first time I tasted, it was kind of like the cereal milk, but like a chocolate cereal milk
Yeah.
to me.
To me, this coffee is amazing, but I think I would put it in what you would want as a specialty. Like I distinguish between me consuming coffee and me enjoying drinking
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
This would be a definite drink, enjoy, relax. To me, this would not be a consuming coffee
Yeah.
because it doesn't have that traditional taste like you're saying.
Absolutely, and there's actually a lot of people right now, and also the way that I like to talk about coffee. This is an everyday type of coffee. This is something that you can drink like every day. It will be more like, oh, this is my coffee. The one that I just brew, it's something that eventually, if we have a space, we would like to create experience for people to go drink this type of coffees because maybe you won't like to drink them every day. It's more like whenever you travel, you want to go to places to have experience. This is on that direction, like maybe like a weird coffee situation going on.
Okay, Marty, about 2 o'clock every day, I want you to come in my office, do a pour over of this coffee.
It's my job.
So we're going to drink regular coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
But I want this about 2 to 3 o'clock. Just bring the pour over in and bring your scale and everything. Go ahead and order everything.
I got my own scale.
So I can have this coffee about 2 to 3 every afternoon.
Yeah, this will get you on track.
That'd be my relax, pick me up. I can critique Marty's work for
Yeah.
that time. And if he does a really good drip coffee, then his
Yeah.
work, of course, will be critiqued better.
Exactly, that's how it works. Like the feedback between you guys. It's like that's the flow.
Yeah, this was so good, and thank you for bringing this special one. Because and Marty thinks I'm kidding, but when I get these quick ideas, I'm actually never kidding. So, guess your new job duty.
No, of course. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell us, and you want to have your own coffee shop
Mm-hmm.
in the long term, but like, what's next? So the coffee shop is not next, obviously. So what's next?
Maybe next.
Yeah, well, the coffee shop might actually be nice.
So we have been like roasting for the past 4 years, and has been like organic. We're not getting like crazy, like just looking for people to sell the coffee. Like we have been building like relationships first. As I said, like all those places that I mentioned earlier, we have like a great relationship, and we both want for the both businesses to like succeed. But yeah, like as I said, like I think right now, like the vision, the idea is to have a coffee shop. That's maybe the next step. In the meantime, we're gonna continue growing the roasting part. But I think that like we are ready, just to get there.
So I see in my notes here that one of the other things you do, and I believe you did mention that, is you have classes to teach coffee.
Yeah.
So where do you do those, and what is that about?
So we do those workshops at the roastery. So for example, every Wednesday we do one about espresso. So people who I don't know wanna deep into the science about espresso. Thursdays we do one about brewing methods. So something like this one, like I don't know what's the difference from like a mocha pot to a French press to a B60, and it's also like a little bit like nerdy. So
we like to nerd out.
So anything before we wrap up? Any special stories you all want to tell? And we got your love story, so that's pretty cool. And a love story of coffee, love story of each other.
Yeah. Well, on that same note, we just got married 2 months ago.
Congratulations!
Oh.
Did you go on a coffee honeymoon?
And that's what I was gonna share was the wedding was in Colombia, and like close to where he's from, which is Bucaramanga. And the ceremony we had up on the mountain, it's called Mesa de los Santos, and all of our guests that came to the wedding and family and friends, we took them on a coffee farm tour, like
cool.
the day before the wedding, which was really cool because we had a lot of friends who are also like working in coffee that. A lot of them from Atlanta, or like maybe Colombia, Argentina, friends that we've just like made through our years of working in coffee. And some of them had never been to a coffee farm before. So it was really special to like see their reaction to seeing like the coffee plant for the first time and like holding a coffee cherry in their hand. And some of them even got like emotional because I don't know. It is like, we drink coffee every day, and like we're not always like present with like what goes on behind the scenes to like get you that cup of coffee. So like being at Origin and like seeing where it all starts is a really a cool experience. So we did that, and then we also at our at the reception, like after the ceremony of our wedding, we had a latte art competition.
Oh, that is way too cool.
So that was really fun too. That just gives you like a glimpse of like the coffee people that we are. It was really fun. And it was like, not like super.
Please tell me you have one of your
intense.
rooms painted with coffee.
No. I have thought about doing some like fun art with coffee before.
Well, my favorite room in the house I have right now, and I had to paint it because my wife hated it, but my favorite room was down in the first floor, and it was painted with coffee.
No way.
That's cool.
And you had some of the actual coffee particles
Yeah.
to make it rough.
Yeah.
Wow.
My favorite room in the house, and I had to paint over it. And it was tough to paint over because you did have that coffee
Yeah.
on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, how far is Bogota near where you all were?
So the thing with Colombia is that I mean it's close, but it's far at the same time, just because of the mountains.
Okay.
Like on an airplane, it was like around 40 minutes. But if you want to go driving, it will take you maybe 10 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how does our listeners find your website? So, how do you find that?
Yeah, so it's just flowcoffeeatl.com.
flowcoffeeatl.com.
Mm-hmm.
And in what stores can they buy it today when they hear this?
The postcard,
In Buckhead.
Bucket. Right now, we got coffees in Virginia Highlands, in Academy.
Academy Coffee also, yeah.
But they are more like on rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Con Leche in Reynoldstown, and Enid Comunidad, which is in Inman Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you're listening and you want coffee right now, you can go to those locations. Or you can go to flowcoffeeatl.com and order it, and she'll be processing your order.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, you'll be talking to her. She has a social media.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and thank you for sharing the way you make coffee and this extremely special coffee that Marty's going to now be fixing every afternoon. So
Yeah,
love that new job for you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
so
for
much.
being on.
Thank you so much for having us.
And please tune in to the next show, and don't forget to order your coffee today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was fun.